Sometimes, if you listen really hard, you can almost hear it.
Our first ever instant star is...
You're it, girl. You're the real thing.
That moment your life changes.
It's about a girl who is just about to fly off and see the world.
Forever.
Jude Harrison!
Hello and welcome to The Breakdown, an Instant Star Rewatch podcast. Today we are recapping Season 2, our Season 2 top moments. And to do that, I need my wonderful co-host, Sam. Hello.
Hello, and I need my favorite co-host, the beautiful Chloe.
And we are ready to recap everything to do with Season 2. Just like off
After
the bat.
that deep dive.
Yeah.
After that deep dive you all got last week.
Yes. I feel like that was my favorite episode to record.
I feel like it was mine too.
We found our groove.
Yes.
What's, like, just as a bit of an intro, like, what did you think of Season 2 overall?
So, Season 2, my original, like, watching it the first time, it was not my favorite. It felt very much like a filler season. I didn't feel like there was a lot. It didn't quite live up. I mean, it didn't live up to season 1 in my opinion. And at that point, I remember kind of just like checking out about halfway through. I was like, this is not. It was very much that sophomore slump to me. I remember not running home every Friday night to catch it. I was home, I caught it. Great. If not, then that's what reviews were for online. This time through, though, I liked it. I mean, it's still not my favorite season. It's out of the 4 total. It's still probably my least favorite season, but I'm noticing a lot. I noticed a lot more. There was a lot of missed opportunities I caught this time around watching it as a woman in my 30s, who has grown up since the 18-year-old that watched it the first time, and the who was when it aired, had just finished high school. I was finished in high school. I was Jude's age, and now I'm 38. I know I've been through, my own battles. I've been through my own struggles, and there was like I said, a lot of missed opportunities. I felt like that they could have gone with like mental health, or even with the crazy fan at the end. I know back then that mental health wasn't as accepted, I guess, as it is now. That, back in 2007, 2008, you were you you were looked at if you had depression or anxiety, or nobody. There wasn't. It was like I said, it wasn't as accepted. You and your mom and your cousin and your aunt and all your friends didn't have it. So
Yeah, 100%.
I'm kind of interested to see what else I'll pick up, like, in the later seasons. just looking at it now through, a woman in her 30s watching the show.
Yeah, it's interesting because back in the day when I watched it, I loved season two. Like prior to season three coming out, it was my favorite season. Rewatching it for the podcast, I actually loved how season two began because it felt like a brand new show. Like they had a new intro.
Hmm.
Jude bleached her hair, like all of this stuff. It felt like they'd rebranded in a good way. Like the budget had obviously improved a little bit as well.
Hmm.
But then, like you said, kind of towards the middle of season two, I didn't get bored because I could never get bored of this show, but it just felt like it kind of dragged slightly.
Yeah.
And then knowing what I know about how season two ended, it was such an irrelevant way to end the season when we know that it doesn't get followed through with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I agree with you. There are some missed opportunities there. And I'm interested to talk to Stephen Ston about it because there's a lot that they tried to do with season two and for whatever reasons didn't continue with.
Hmm.
Um, more characters disappear into black holes, and
Yes.
I'm so interested to learn more about like Jude's mum's storyline. Why was she written out? Why did she leave? Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, it's gonna
Where
be
was her dad in season two?
yeah. He was in like two episodes.
Yeah.
Where are the
Like he
parents?
bought well, yeah, like he got the house back and then
He was never
he
there.
just never home.
Well, let's start with the scenes that we think are the best from each episode. I actually loved compiling this list. Like, I'd forgotten a lot of my favorite scenes until I kind of skipped through the episodes again to see. But let's
Hmm.
start with season two, episode one. Jude obviously comes back from tour. What was your favorite scene from that episode?
Hmm. I think it would have to be when the bus door opens and you just see Tommy and Jamie standing.
I just remember
Of
the
course,
blooper
there's
for that.
yes, I was going to say, of course, there's the famous blooper that is so much better than the actual scene.
Yeah, I like that
Uh,
scene. We all know that she left for tour making out with Jamie but wanting Tommy, and then the second the doors open, they're both standing there.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a great scene. Mine is probably where she just stops mid performance of Supergirl to play My Sweet Time. It's
yeah,
on the one hand, it's cool because you can see how much she prefers to sing her own music, but from a grown up perspective, I'm like, you were so stupid making that decision.
yeah,
Like, you should have just towed the line, done what you were told to do.
yeah.
So it shows her immaturity. I think it's easy to forget that she was literally still 16 in that episode.
Hmm.
What about episode two? What was your favorite scene?
Mm. It has to be the end where, as much as I like the reveal of the blonde hair, well, not the wig blonde hair, but like her dyeing it blonde, um, it has to be the car scene with her and Tommy, the I miss you
Yeah, and she's just
moment.
asleep.
Yes, but missed opportunity. But
Yeah. Yeah, my scene is that favorite scene is actually just before that, where she comes into the kitchen and she's just dyed her hair, and Tommy's reaction, like he takes off the sunglasses and he's just like, wow.
yes,
And his girlfriend, Sadie, is just standing right there. I'm like, dude, you have a problem.
Tommy has no show.
No. And I think also her dyeing her hair just marked the whole new season. Like, I know that
Mm-hmm.
obviously Alex is naturally blonde, but from a character perspective, I feel like that's something you wouldn't have expected you to do.
Mm-mm.
And the fact that she did it herself too, like my God.
Yes. I feel like that Drew dyeing her hair blonde um is kind of a way of her like shedding her past, her mistakes, saying, no, this is me.
Yeah, yep. And I think that carries through the rest of the season as well, for for better or for worse. Oh, it's episode 3. What was your favorite scene?
Mm. Trying to remember episode 3.
Where we meet Patsy and they get arrested.
Oh, um, Patsy's intro. I mean, I was not a huge Patsy fan originally. I know. I mean, I liked her enough. I was just like, I could take her or leave her, but a certain someone being a massive Patsy fan has
Really?
turned me into a Patsy lover. And I'm realizing I relate a lot more to Patsy. So just watching it, I keep saying this as a woman in my 30s and living my life, I just Patsy intro is perfect.
Yeah, I feel like season 2 really is Patsy's season. Um,
Yes.
every scene that she's in the season, she just wins the scene. And
Mm-hmm.
my favorite scene of episode 3 is either where she meets Jude and they kind of take the shots together, or when they're defacing the billboard. It's
Yes.
just such a crazy introduction to
Mm-hmm.
what becomes an amazing character of the whole show.
Yes.
It makes me sad just thinking about it because we know what's
I
coming.
know. I really, if we had like we didn't talk about this beforehand, but we should have. If there was like a saving grace character of season 2, it would have
Yeah.
been Pat.
Yeah, imagine season 2 without Patsy. I mean,
Oh my God.
where would Jamie have been? He'd still be pining for Jude, probably.
Oh,
Patsy actually helped shape a lot of the characters in season 2.
hmm
Yeah, I love
I
her.
think I mean, she helped shape Drew. She helped shape Jamie. She helped shape even Speed and SME and Quest and even a little bit of Sadie. And
And even like shaping G Major because they were
yeah,
prepared to record her music. Like,
right.
yeah, amazing
So
character.
yeah, I mean, Patsy is my saving grace of season 2.
Same. Okay, episode 4, which is where Jude basically gets banned from G Major and has to record the bootleg. What was your favorite scene?
Oh gosh.
Seems like forever ago.
It does. Um, hmm. Probably now this to tie in together. So the overall scene is just the recording of the bootleg, but specific like moments is Tommy not catching Sadie call him during that.
Yes.
And of course the like little Johnny moment out on the steps.
Yeah, 100%. My favorite scene is where they're screaming in the vocal booth. Like, they have that
Yes,
set window of time and they're just wasting it,
yes,
essentially.
yes.
Yeah, that episode really shows the downfall of Tommy and Sadie.
Hmm.
I mean, they were never meant to be together, but
No.
I actually forgot that they were even together when I was like going back through the episodes.
Hmm. Like that, like Sadie and Tommy to me is like Jude and Jamie. Like literally, how can people ship them?
Yes. I feel
I
like no
don't
one
get it.
ships Sadie and Tommy, surely.
I'm like, certainly not. In its heyday, maybe,
Yeah.
but even then, I was like, how?
Yeah. And Sadie as a person grows so much once she breaks up with Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, episode 5, which is the kind of weird and wonderful, like horror episode where like Kat kisses Jude's dad and
Oh,
they find that Jamie and Patsy are together. What was your favorite scene?
mm. I had a really hard time picking a favorite one from that scene.
I did struggle.
Um, I want to say there's a Patsy and Jamie scene after they get caught, where she just like basically tells him to own up to it and then drags him away.
Yes, yeah.
I think so. That one would have to be my favorite.
My favorite scene is pretty funny. Like at the very end, Kat just bye, like she leaves and never
Yes,
comes back.
into the black hole.
I, I actually that was my favorite scene because if I mean we have been through friendships like this, if your friend who's meant to be your best friend can't get on board with who you're becoming as a person, they're not meant to be in your life. And Kat obviously wasn't meant to be in Jude's life anymore.
Hmm.
For yes, maybe Jude should have been a better friend to her, sure, but it goes two ways. And Kat was expecting something from their friendship that Jude couldn't give.
Hmm.
So Kat leaving and never returning was my favorite scene.
Yeah, I feel like I, to me, the Cat and Jude friendship actually ended back in season one
Yeah,
with the whole fashion show
yeah,
and the. I mean, I know it was Jamie running back and forth, but that's when it like fell apart to me and became a situationship.
and in this episode 205, Kat even says like she's still in love with Jamie. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, what
what
is
is
it with Jamie? Does
what's the
Jude
time
have
frame
a?
between the fashion show and this? Like, it
Yeah, I mean, we know it's been at least a few months because Jude was on tour for what, 3 months?
has to be at least 6 months. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm like,
Kat,
the dude is not. He's like, no offense to Christopher Turner, but you are not the cutest guy on the show. I'm like, what is this? Some like magic body part we don't know about or something?
yeah, and I think I related to the cat thing pretty hard because I've had friends that don't appreciate where I've been headed, whether it's
Hmm.
moving to a new country or just not being able to be the friend that they want them to be. Like, friendship
Hmm.
is definitely a two-way street, you know.
Yeah,
And again, watching it as a grown up, I almost related to it more than I did back then.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
cat leaving, not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all. And it felt like Kat not only wanted something from Jude, but was trying to always one up her. And like she expected something from Jude.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
oh, you're doing this and this and this. Well, I get this, this, and this.
yeah,
And
yeah. Like she
I
expected
mean,
designer clothes and all of that stuff. Like,
and have, when people affect something, or in some cases, literally invent an entire make believe situation to make themselves look better and lie about it and keep adding to it for years and years. It's just, I mean,
We know.
and I felt like that's the way that cat was going.
Yeah. And I literally just had a point that I now can't remember what it was. It'll come to me. Oh, yes. I think that friendship is you both have to do inner work on yourselves to show up as good
Mm-hmm.
friends. And if you feel like you need to lie, or in Kat's case, kiss your friend's dad to get their attention,
Yeah,
you don't think highly enough of yourself to be in a friendship with that person.
yeah,
Like,
that's
no
a
one's
you
perfect.
problem, right? And that's a you problem that needs to be fixed. That's not a problem with the friend. That's there's something in you that you need to work on.
100%. Oh, we're getting deep on these episodes recently.
Yes, we are.
Okay, episode 6, which I'd forgotten about this episode entirely. This is where they do the denim jackets of hope. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about Speederman. I forgot he existed.
Oh my God, funny Spiderman.
It's also where Sadie is making friends with Portia and trying to do that audition stuff.
Oh God. Ugh.
I struggled to find a scene that I liked for this episode.
Yeah.
Like, this is where season 2 started dragging for me a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm. I don't know. I mean, if I had to pick a favorite scene,
You do.
I know that sounds really bad. Uh, and not even the whole like relationship aspect of it, but I love when Jude comes out and brings SME with her when she walks out with her Jack.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because I love the relationship she has with Speederman, Wally, and Kyle.
Yeah. Again, I you barely see them this season.
Yeah, I feel like those three are her brothers.
Yeah.
And as someone with a little brother who he's honestly one of my best friends, that's there's nobody in the world there's nothing in the world like a brother who's your best friend.
Yeah. No, I love that. I really struggled to find a favorite scene, but I decided my favorite scene, or multiple scenes, is where Sadie actually becomes friends with Portia, because Portia, we don't really know much about her yet, but
Mm-hmm.
I think she gives Sadie the push to end things with Tommy in a few episodes down the
Mm-hmm.
track, because she's been there with Tommy and she knows what he's like.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Sadie really comes into her own. And, you know, Tommy's getting all possessive and saying, you shouldn't audition. And he gets really weird around Sadie. Like, so glad they
Yeah.
broke up.
Yeah. And see, I'm wondering, is he getting really weird around Sadie, or is he getting really weird around the fact that Sadie is hanging out with Portia?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I say 206 is like my least favorite episode, and I really struggled to find a scene that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, 207, which is where Jude and Sadie throw what's meant to be that birthday party for their mum, and she just doesn't turn up, which, what?
Um, hmm. Favorite scene? I can't think of what Jude says to him, but basically when she chooses Sadie over Tommy and
Yeah.
pushes Tommy into the hot tub.
Yeah, that was my scene. It's I think we discussed this when we recap the episode. I think we struggled to know if Tommy was being sincere with Sadie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
was he just saying what she wanted to hear? As in, he didn't cheat, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
Or did he really not cheat and he was telling the truth? And it's kind of left very open ended. Like, I think it's up to the audience to decide what they think.
I mean, I I still every time I watch this episode, I still wonder, and I've come to the conclusion that to me he did cheat, and that kind of makes everything worse. And that's again another red flag towards toxicity, and we won't get into all that again. This, but family is so important to me, and so the fact that that Jude, who is codependent and literally obsessed with Tommy,
Yep.
can put all that aside and choose her sister and say, "You are more important than him," to me is huge.
Yes. The fact that she goes back on it a few episodes later is another story.
Is a different story, yes.
Yep. Okay, episode 8, which is the award show with Mason, and she takes Mason as her date instead of Speed. Again, I feel like this and 206 were like the weakest
Mm,
episodes, maybe.
yeah, I felt like just a filler episode. Um,
Sorry if you can hear clinking. I'm drinking coffee from a glass. It's not wine, I
um,
promise.
I think my favorite scenes would have to be the ones with Stacey Farber, the redhead from Degrassi.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, just because she was one of my favorite characters in Degrassi, so at the time it was like, oh
Also,
my god!
like, Drake's in this. Like, what the hell?
And yes, it is. And I'm sorry, I still refuse to call him Drake. He's Aubrey Graham. I'm
Yes.
like, it's it's funny. My brother is a Drake fan, and I'm like, Aubrey,
Yep.
Aubrey. He's like, he's Drake now. It's a whole issue. Um, but yeah, and plus, she's, I just think Stacey's hilarious in this episode.
I love that. My favorite scene is probably where Jude kisses Mason after their performance. It's just
It's
so
like,
kind of
what
out of left
the
field.
hell? Yes.
And the whole, I don't know, it's
Uh,
just weird. Like, Speed taking Sadie as his date. I mean, the whole episode is messy.
yes. I think I walked away from that episode both watching it, when it was on TV and watching it for this going, what the hell did I just watch?
Yep. Yeah, it was quite random. But I do like Mason and Jude scenes. And unfortunately, Mason
Mm-hmm.
has now gone into the black hole as well.
Yeah,
Who do we have in the black hole now? Jude's mum, Cat, the dog, Mason,
the dad,
Liam.
Liam.
Is the dad even in season 3? I don't remember.
What season does he go on his tour of Africa? Is that 3 or 4?
Oh, so forgotten about that. I don't remember. I think it's 4, isn't it?
Maybe.
So maybe he's in 3 a little bit. He's not, he's half in the black hole at the moment.
Yes. He's tiptoeing. He's
Yes.
dancing back and forth, figuring out which one he likes better.
Okay, episode 209. which is Jude's birthday. It annoys me that this wasn't just 208, like, because her birthday was 108,
Yes.
and in the next season it's 308.
Consistency,
Like,
people. I need consistency in my life, people.
yes.
Um, liar, liar.
The whole compilation where they like write it and
Yes, just
yeah,
the leading up to it, the performance, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, my favorite scene was kind of where she falls asleep on him towards the end.
Oh, yes,
And this is where
that's a
we
good
find
one.
out that he says he didn't cheat on Sadie. So,
I'm like, oh, maybe, okay.
yep, it's up to the audience to believe him or not.
Yeah,
But yeah, great
it's
episode.
really, yes, it's really hard when you look at who used to be a favorite male character and now just see a giant red flag.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry, Tim.
I loved him, like Tim as a person.
I
Wonderful.
know. Yes, I loved him as a person. His like social media is cracking me up. It's just I'm like I look at Tommy and I'm like red flag.
Yeah. I feel like he was definitely a character of the time. Um,
Yes.
yeah. And when you were younger back then, that's exactly the kind of red flag that you would find attractive. And that's why he very much is
Hmm.
that character.
Yes.
And it only gets
I'm
worse in
pretty sure.
season three.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure I was into a red flag like that.
Oh, I've had many.
Oh yeah. Hey, I mean, we've all been young and stupid, so.
Yep. Okay, episode 10, which is again kind of like a filler episode for me, where Jude screws up at school, so she has to go to that other school and inspire the kids, and it backfires to begin with, and she
Mm.
has to go back. And
Um. and- oh my gosh, it's my favorite song of the season, and I can't think of the name of it.
how I feel.
Yes, I I just love the whole composition or whatever of when she goes back to the school the second time is really there for the right reason
Yeah,
and how she literally writes how I feel with the kids.
yeah, yeah. That song and the way they chose to write the performance of it, where she writes it with the kids, that turned the episode around for me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, my favorite scene is at the end where she tells the little girl to not give up on her dreams. And
Hmm.
yeah, like you just have to keep being good at it and you'll be successful. Okay, episode 11, which is probably the most dramatic episode of the season, I'd say. It's where Jude's mum disappears into the black hole.
Mm.
So it's where the song is How Strong Do You Think I Am? And Jude also finds out Sadie's shoplifting and stealing her money.
Yeah.
Big
Um,
episode.
mine, I think a lot of performances, but I think that's just because I love Alex as a performer. I mean, I've seen her twice. I've been a fan of her since the start, and well, since she was on So Weird, actually. Um, and I mean, her lyrics are just phenomenal, and so and she's a great actor. her acting in the scene where she goes to Sadie at the end and says she left a letter for me in the mailbox. And then um, says, I don't know if I can read it. Like, it's the most heartbreaking scene.
Yep.
It's the one of the scenes I relate to the most out of all four seasons. Um, and it's just Mick and uh how strong do you think I am playing in the background and the performance of that go right along, like fade in and out. Just it wrecks me.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite performance from the show.
Yes,
And my favorite scene is essentially the same one as you, where Jude and Sadie bond at the end of the episode. Like, they put all
mm-hmm.
their differences aside because their mum has literally abandoned her children.
Yeah, and the thing about abandonment, as someone who struggles with that because of some situations in my life, you can see it on Laura's face and Alex's face. You can hear it in their voice. You can see it in their eyes. They absolutely killed that scene.
Yeah.
That scene alone for me made the entire episode.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite episodes of the whole season, actually.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the biggest episode in terms of all the different things that are going on. Jude's mum leaving, the shoplifting, the isn't that the one with the pranks as well? Yeah, it is. You've got like the
Mm-hmm.
pranks at G Major, you've got Jude's mum getting married and leaving, you've got Jude's super emotional performance on her own. Like, there's so much in that episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what your answer's going to be for episode 12, but what's your favourite scene?
Really? I
I'll
really
have to
have to
ask.
say it. I actually have two.
Ooh,
So the whole, well, I guess it would be three. The whole White Lines confession, and I can't sing it with you looking at me like that. But I also, this seems kind of weird to say that I love it, but I love Jude and Speedman's breakup. I don't love it in the fact that they break up. I love it in the fact that they both realize they're more like brother and sister, and they compare themselves to Bart and Lisa Simpson.
yes. To be honest, I had forgotten about Speed. Like, they should never have dated. They are
No,
definitely brother and sister energy.
yes,
And I think as we go to season 3, that brother sister energy is only a good thing
it's
for them. Like,
yeah, it's like solidified in
yeah,
season three.
like when they break up in this episode, I'm like, wait, I forgot you guys even dated. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, my favorite episode from 12 is not the kiss, because that sounds weird and creepy, but the bit where they're kind of just before the kiss, where Darius is listening to White Lines and they look at each other and they know that they've created this magical song that makes
mm-hmm.
the album, you know? And obviously, the kiss is just the kind of the ultimatum of the magic that they made with the
Yeah,
song. And they've spent the whole season like building up to it, you know?
yeah,
Yeah, great episode.
yeah.
And then, of course, episode 13. What's your favorite scene? I think we'll have the same one.
Hmm. I mean, it would have to be backstage. The whole you want to go to dinner with the little smart.
Same.
I mean, this is literally like no, the scene that could be my favorite in that episode.
Yeah, we kind of said it in the recap that, or the episode recap, that that scene is pretty small, like there's not a whole lot happening, but it says so much in the fact that he
Yeah.
finally asks her out on a proper date.
Yes.
Even
It's
though
like
she's
we
still
have
not
been wait.
21, she's only 17, but whatever.
Yeah. It's like we have been waiting for two by that point by 2 years for like a little 5 second line and a cute like an adorable little smart.
Yep. Yes. What a scene.
What is
Okay, well, that was our best scenes of each episode. I'd like to know what you think the most emotional episode of the season was.
Hmm. I think it would have to be like you said. I think it's called Mother's Little Helper, where her mom leaves and the shoplifting and the
Yep,
yeah.
same. It's probably the heaviest. It's well, interestingly, next is what your funniest episode is. My most emotional and my funniest episode is the same episode because on the emotional side, you've got Jude's mum leaving and the shoplifting. It's so heavy. And then you've got all the pranking going on with
The
SME
pranks,
and
yes.
Tommy. So that episode is full of humor and so much sadness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was your funniest episode?
Hmm. Probably that one, yeah. I think it's like you said, it was the perfect balance of pranking and humor to balance out the scales of sadness and seriousness and like deep emotions.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Now we're going to get into the Why is Tommy Here compilation. This was hilarious to do when we did season one. I actually couldn't find a moment for every episode, but I have a few from some of the episodes. So,
Okay.
right off the bat, first episode of season two, why is Tommy greeting Jude off the tour bus? They're not together.
Why?
He rejected her essentially at the end of season one. Why is he there?
Why is he's literally just a producer.
Yep,
I
he made that
mean,
very clear.
yeah.
And then in episode two, when they're at the new Instant Star performances, why is he there? Like, why is he at Instant Star? I don't think he was at Jude's Instant Star competition, so why is he at this one?
No, like he literally met Jude after she won.
Yeah. Episode three, where Jude or G Major hold that kind of intervention for Jude after the graffiti. Why is he in that meeting? Again, he's just her producer.
Yeah.
Episode four. So Jude records the bootleg in her new studio, and then they're on the balcony afterwards. Why is he bothering to stay after he did his job? He recorded the bootleg. The only reason he's choosing to stay is because he must have feelings for her. Like, why are they hanging out on the
Yeah.
balcony after hours?
After hours. And why, especially why when it's just the two of you in the freaking mall.
Yep,
Everybody else has gone home.
yep. Episode five, where Tommy agrees to do that like statistics meeting with Liam. Why is he in the meeting? Like, he let his male bravado get in the way of skill. It's like,
Mhm.
should never have said yes to the meeting. It's just
Yeah.
embarrassing. Episode 6 with the jean jackets. Why is he backstage? Like, I guess he modeled in the show, but then your job's done. Go home. Why is
Yeah,
he
why
hanging out
you just
backstage?
yeah.
Episode 7. Why did Tommy fall asleep at G Major? I mean, if you weren't cheating on your girlfriend, why didn't you just go home? It's never really explained if he got wasted or if he just carelessly fell asleep, but yeah.
Yeah, either way, why were you at G Major that late?
Yep. Episode 8, where Jude's getting ready at G Major for the award show. Why is Tommy at G Major before the award show? Surely you'd pick up your date from her house. Like, why are you both hanging out at G Major waiting? Episode 9, at the end, where Speed and Jamie burst in on them asleep. How did Speed and Jamie get to the loft? Like, why is Tommy dropping them home at the end? Like, did Jamie and Speed
Hmm.
walk to the loft and then need a lift? Tommy should have just left when they got rescued and unlocked and went home.
Yeah, yeah,
And then the last episode, episode 13, why is Tommy at that little girl's house? Like,
yeah.
why of all people, if he's not her dad, was he sent to pick her up?
Mm-hmm.
So that was our Why is Tommy Here compilation for season 2.
Yes, yes.
Okay, what was your best fashion moment from the season? Budget
Hmm.
definitely increased for season 2.
Yes. Thank you for increasing the budget for season 2. Best fashion.
Mine was Sadie in that dress from the last episode that Liam gave her.
Oh my gosh,
Looks
yes.
stunning.
Yes. That was that, and I like only moment that could have topped it was this in episode 1 at the yacht if Jude would have had blonde hair and that red dress.
Yes. Yeah, that red dress
But
was
since
stunning, actually.
yeah, but since she didn't, the red was too much red for me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to give it to Sadie in the dress from Liam.
Yes, 100%. What do you think was the best friendship of season 2?
Mm. Honestly, I'm gonna say I think the friendship that grew between Jude and Sadie.
Ooh. Yeah, I feel like they started out when Sadie broke up with Tommy, they were kind of fighting a bit. And then obviously, well, after
Mm-hmm.
their mum left, they really came together and bonded again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Jude and Jamie because I've always said I love them when they're just trying to be best friends.
Yeah.
Like,
They,
yeah.
they were a really good one too.
And that ties in
Um,
with who my best couple is, which is Jamie and Patsy. Because when Jamie isn't trying to date Jude, his friendship with her just blossoms.
mm-hmm.
And Jamie and Patsy are the best couple of the season for me because, I mean, Patsy's just hilarious. And I feel like for all her flaws, she really did help Jamie to become a
Mm-hmm.
better human. Like at the beginning of season 2, he was just pining after Jude, not getting what he wanted from their relationship, and then being bitter that they'd broken up.
Mm-hmm.
He met Patsy, and Patsy really gave him a lot of confidence, I think, to believe in himself.
I think Patsy helped Jamie learn that he could stand on his own 2 feet,
Yeah,
which he did not know how to do.
yeah. Were they your favorite couple, Jamie
Uh,
and Patsy?
yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say Jommy, but, red flags.
Yeah, red
And
flags. And
there
I'm
weren't
like,
really a couple
mm,
this season, you know.
yeah, I'm like the last two episodes don't really count as a couple. So
No, no. I feel like if Jamie and Patsy hadn't been a couple this season, I wouldn't have a favorite couple. I mean,
right.
yeah, it just wouldn't happen. I love Patsy.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your favorite character growth? Like, which character do you think had the most growth this season?
Hmm. Surprisingly, I think it was Jamie.
Yeah, I said Jamie or Sadie. I wasn't sure which one.
Yeah, Jamie and Sadie would be my two. I think I think I think the mom leaving and Sadie getting a job at G Major played a big part. Well, and in part Liam played a big part in Sadie, and I think Patsy played a huge part in Jamie.
Yeah, yeah. When you think about like Jamie, the character from season one, worlds away from Jamie, the character in season
Yeah.
two.
Hmm.
He really has. Is he meant to still be in high school at this point? Like, what's happening with school?
Yeah, like at this point, him, Jude, and SME are all still in high school.
I guess because Mother's Little Helper, there was. Oh no, sorry, episode 10. There was that small scene at the beginning of school. But yeah, otherwise, we
Yeah,
never
because
hear about school.
mm-mm. No, because their prom and stuff is season three.
My God, I
Like
forgot
their
about that.
senior prom. Yeah, like their senior prom.
But when you think about Jamie in season one at school, you know, geeky glasses, in love with Jude for his whole life, he's just
Mm,
had so much character growth in one season.
yeah.
Or, you know, two
And his
seasons.
style got so much better.
Yeah. And even Sadie, you know, she was the bitchy older sister in season one. She has really matured in season two and, like you said, become a friend to Jude as well as a big sister.
Hmm.
I love it. Season one seems like
Yeah.
forever ago.
Doesn't it?
It seems like a different life, like completely
Hmm.
different characters and experiences. And
To me, it feels like they were like testing the waters with season one. And with season two, they're like, okay, we now we're finding our footing and how let's see what happens if we push this one that way and this one that way and see.
yeah, yeah, and I think that's a sign of a good TV show when every season is different. You don't want every season to
Hmm.
be the same.
Right.
This one will be difficult. I really struggled. What is your favorite quote or line from season two? This was so hard for me.
Oh God.
Mine was episode 12, where Jude says to Tommy, coming home and seeing you was all I could think about. Because
Mm.
where they're just about to record White Lines, because she is still that 16, 17-year-old who is in love with her producer. And after
Mm.
all the crap that has happened in season two,
Yeah.
she's still kind of, she carries that internally and she's still in love with her producer from all the way from season one. Like, that's why she wrote White Lines on tour. And it really just kind of sums up the fact that she hasn't gotten over him. And I guess for all his red flags, it shows how deep their connection is. Um,
Mm.
because yeah,
I
she's been through a
think,
lot in season two, and she still feels that way.
yeah, I think mine would be it's a Tommy line, but it would be him saying, I don't remember the exact line, but the part where he says, but there's one song that stuck with me, White Lines.
Yeah.
And because it just automatically, the fact that out of all the songs she wrote over that 6 months, year, however long season two is, that White Lines stuck with him, and that, we know from watching it, and he'll find out shortly that's about him.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the lyrics of White Lines. White lines will guide you home, leading me straight back to you.
Yeah.
And along the lines, along the same lines as why you picked what you picked, it I feel like his line is showing his connection to why, like him still thinking about her
Yeah.
while she was gone, and like over their time apart during the season.
Yeah. I feel like White Lines, the song, and how it fits into the episode just sums up their whole storyline from how
Yeah,
season one ended, where she went on tour, to wrapping up her second album with him. Like, they always find their way back to each other for good or bad, you know?
yeah.
Um, okay, what was your best performance of the season? Like, musical performance? And worst.
Mm. Okay, worst would probably. Now, I feel like this is just because I'm not a huge fan of this song, but I was not a fan of the Stupid Gorn performance.
Oh, I remember you saying that. That's so surprising to me.
Like, I mean, the song I like well enough, but like if it pops up on a playlist, 75% of the time I'm gonna skip it.
Wow.
Uh,
I'm
which is
shocked.
really, I know that's your next go. You got me loving Patsy. Now you're like, okay, Stupid Gorn's next.
Come on. My worst was anyone but
They,
you because Speederman just
speed.
annoys me.
Yeah, anyone but you is pretty bad too.
Anyone but
Best
you
performance,
is the I'm in love with my guitar of season two.
yes. Yeah, I would have to say anyone but you is worse than Stupid Gorn. Because I just can't listen to anyone but you.
No.
At least I can listen to Stupid Gorn when I'm in the mood. I cannot listen to anyone but you. Um, best is um, how strong do you think I am?
Yeah. I had that one or the There's Us mashup when it's Patsy and Jude. Um,
Oh yeah.
just the way they kind of edited it all together. But if not for that, then how strong do you think I am? It's got so much emotion and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just the way they chose to shoot that whole performance is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of the whole of season two, what was your favourite moment of the whole season?
Um, probably. I feel like okay. I have two. Um, no, I would have two. um, One is the with Jude and Sadie, the whole she left a letter for me in the mailbox. I can't read it right now. And the other one is another favorite scene. It's Jude and Tommy, the it's about you. Well, can you record it now? Not with you looking at me like that. Set up for white lines.
Yeah. Good choices. I really struggled. I was going to say the kiss of 12, but I decided to go with something I think is more appropriate. For me, my favorite scene is the end of 13, where she finds out her second album got to number one. Because
Mm,
at the beginning of season two, her first album flopped. She was having to perform a
hmm
cover song. She struggled to impress Darius, who'd taken over G Major. Like, I'd forgotten that Darius didn't even really exist in season one. Lol.
Yeah.
And then by the end of season two, her second album has got to number one. And it just shows her hard work of the whole of this season. Like, she is talented, she is good at what she does. And
hmm
if you work hard and you believe in your talents, you can do well.
hmm And oh, while that's a third favorite scene for me, I mean, it shows that really good music comes from life, from what you're going through. I mean,
And I love that her album is called
what,
Learning Curve.
yes. I'm like, I really wish that album was released
Yeah,
besides just the soundtrack. Um, because I would run out and buy like every copy in the store
yeah,
and be like, here, 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 here. Um, and then, it shows that although life is hard and painful and you get hurt, it can be beautiful. And it comes out if you put your pain to use, you can make something beautiful and it
100%.
helps and it helps heal other people. It helps them. It goes number one.
Yeah, and the album Learning Curve, I mean, her life in season two really has been a learning curve, so it's so fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, out of 5 stars, what do you rate season two? I will tell you, I listened back to our season one recap. We rated season one 3 out of 5, which apparently we thought was harsh. I think that's pretty good. What do you rate season two out of 5?
Mm. I feel like overall we were a lot harsher in our critique this time around because we kind of found our footing,
Yep.
especially like this episode and last episode. Um, so I'm gonna go 2.5, 3.
Oh, I
Yeah.
I went with 3 again. Yeah, I went with 3. It's it's not a bad season. Like I said, it used to be one of my favorites. But it's hard when you know the quality of particularly season 3. Like I'm so
hmm
excited to recap season
Yes.
3. It's I think it's rare that a TV show becomes that good as the seasons go on. Like normally the first season in particular of something is amazing and then
Right.
things lose their quality. With Instant Star, I feel like it's almost the opposite.
hmm
So we'll go two
Yeah.
and a half, 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay, now last time we did a recap of season one, we pretended like we hadn't seen season two and we gave a few predictions for what we thought season two would hold. Obviously, as if we didn't know. So I'd like to
hmm
do the same now. Like, let's pretend we haven't seen season three. Do you have a few predictions? Like, knowing how season two
mm
ended, what do you think season three holds? And I feel like, I mean, I really can't remember all of season three. It's been ages.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think the last time I watched all of season 3 was Um, let's see.
I mean, I think the obvious one for me is Tommy has a kid because that's what they wanted us to believe.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an obvious one. Tommy has a kid. I am gonna go with Tommy brings the kid to Toronto. Um, and then predictions. Jude's mom comes back.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. It's really hard like making these predictions remembering what I remember. So I'm like, okay, how can I tweak this so I don't?
Yeah, I kind of had Tommy has a kid because we did think that back then.
Yeah.
And Jude loses her shit about it because, I mean, she does, but I feel like everyone
Yes.
would think that anyway. Um, Liam and Sadie date because obviously at this point we didn't know that he was never going to come back and they had that chemistry.
Right.
So I feel like Liam and Sadie date and Quest gets really jealous. I wish that would have happened.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been beautiful.
And then I also kind of predicted that because Jude's second album was a huge success, her next album would probably be a success as well. But yeah, it's hard when you know what's coming.
Yeah.
But that was our season 2 top moments. I'm actually really glad that we're done with season 2 now. Like,
Yes.
we are going to interview Stephen Stone again. So we interviewed him at the end of season 1, and he talked exclusively about season 1. And this time we're going to interview him, and he's going to talk exclusively about season 2. I think that it's good to do it that way because then you can really deep dive each season as it comes. And I'm really interested to hear some of his logic behind season 2. Like, yeah, there's a lot of questions I've been wanting to ask him for decades.
Yes.
So once we interview him, then we'll probably take a short break before jumping into season 3. And I'm so excited about season 3.
Yes.
Oh, so good. I love it. But thank you everyone for listening, and we will talk to you soon.
Yes. Have a good night or day or
Wherever you are.
wherever you are.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Breakdown, an Instant Star Rewatch podcast. The Breakdown was produced by me, Chloe, and Neon Network Production. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and listen to all episodes of The Breakdown on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. See you next time.